How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draft of the Future. We're giving you our weekly updates. This is after week 5 of the college football season. It was amazing. It was so exciting. And yeah, it's a super exciting time. So things are starting to heat up. We're going to look at our players. I'm going to tell you how my guys did. And Ryan, of course, has or will look at his guys, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So let's start with the top of the list. Fernando Mendoza is continuing to solidify himself as the number one overall pick, the number one quarterback in the class. Ruben Bain has an argument if a team has the number one pick and isn't in need for a quarterback. So it could happen, but Mendoza's going to go. He's going to go high, and I can only hope I get the number 1 or 2 pick in the class, as frankly, I'm not really. I see 2 quarterbacks, and that's really about it. But what did he do? Interestingly enough, this game was not his best game. But he had 13 out of 23. His worst passing completion percentage. He threw his first interception of the game. It's how he fought and how the mistakes didn't compound on one another. That fearlessness is still in there. We're not doing highlights, but there was another throw like what I showed in the original video. He got murdered, and he knew he was going to get murdered. He knew it was coming, and he still took he still made the throw that needed to be made. So he's not perfect. No one is. But in an imperfect game, he led the team down the field, got the win. And I couldn't be happier. 66 grade offensively, 65 as a passer. So his lowest grades are literally average, and that's a bad day for him. Now he's going to have some tests. They got a bye week before they play Oregon, and then they got Penn State down the line. So Indiana is going to be tested, but at this point in time, I'm of the opinion that as long as he plays well, even if Indiana falters, he just has to keep doing what he's doing. That's it. So fantastic work from him and his teammate Kyle Kamara. A below average day. His worst outing thus far. So he had a missed tackle, which really brings his tackling grade down. His pass rush was below average, 58. His defense was below average, 59. His run defense. So just kind of a lesser game for him. And it's not what he would have wanted. But Iowa, even as a guy drafting a shadow team, there's a planet where I literally just draft Iowa's offensive line. Those are awesome players playing along that whole line. Jennings, Dunker, Mike going round 1. I don't think he makes it out of round 2. The center might be the best center in the class. Their guard might be the best guard in the class. That's just awesome. And you want him to perform better against good teams, and he didn't. But you can't wash your hands of him either. So it's still. It's a bad game against a great team, but they're going to have a lot of opportunities to play good teams, and we're going to see how they perform with that. So that's it for my Indiana guys. Tanner Kazoil is still a monster. He's been targeted at least 6 or 7 times in every game he's played in, and he has at least 4 receptions, and usually 6. This week he had 6 for 85.7 yards. 6 for 86 yards, 14.3 yards per catch, 1 touchdown. And again, he's a contested catch monster. He's going to dominate in that setting. His numbers are average: 60 for offensive, 68.5 receiving. So that's like almost above average, but he's still doing well. And this was a very solid day for him. And we'll see him starting to go against more and more tough competition. Eric O'Neill out of Rutgers had a tougher game. It's about where he's landed, low 60s, 55 run defense. So he was credited with missing the only tackle that he had a chance to make, which really just wrecked his averages overall. But to put it in context, he had one opportunity and he didn't make it. You should make the opportunity you're there. But you look on the other side of things. In 28 pass rush attempts, he had one hit, 4 hurries, and so he's still affecting the game, even if he didn't make the play he needed to against the run. So it is what it is. He'll have more opportunities. Kind of a lesser day for him. All right, Arizona State guys. Another gritty, tough game. I'm still pleased with Sam Levitt. I'm going to say it again. If Sam Levitt comes out, I have to think about him, especially because right now I only have 2 quarterbacks on my board. I want him to go back to school. His talent is not the question. His talent is not the debate. Just let him cook another year. We still believe maximize your eligibility. But he played okay. 69.6 offense grade, 63.8 passing grade. He did wonderful things on the run. This game alone, a 9.3 big-time throw rate against a 5.7 turnover-worthy play rate. He is kind of a boomer-bust guy, but he's usually got a lot more bang for his buck. So what we got? We got 27 for 39 attempts. His completion percentage is climbing, and more importantly, his yard per attempt are climbing, 7.5 in this game. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Very, very solid performance. Not amazing, not lights out, not like I have arrived, but still great. I may have to eat my words with Jordan Tyson. I am not currently ready to eat my words with Jordan Tyson, but my concerns about his long speed may have been overreacting. I saw him pull away, and I had not seen him do that in my summer scouting. If he has that breakaway speed, it's a different conversation. I still think, for me, Makai Lemon, Tate from Ohio State, those are still my top 2 guys. And Tyson's probably going to go before them. But that first round grade gets a lot more likely if he keeps showing that kind of speed. And this is, last week I talked about it, games where he was targeted a bunch, he kept getting credited as drops. They gave one of those drops back. So for this whole season, with a young man who was said dropped the ball too much, he has 1 drop all year on 58 targets. There are receivers who haven't been targeted 28 times. So this guy's a workhorse. This game he had 8 catches of those 11 targets, 126 yards, 15.8 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns, one of them an incredible breakaway touchdown. It was very, very encouraging to see. So a great game, an important win for Arizona State. I am pulling for them. So they did what they needed to do. They're going to start facing some tougher and tougher Big 12 competition. And this wasn't like a cake game. So we'll see more and more from them. Now we got some Oregon folks to talk about. Alex Harkey, I got to be honest, PFF is being harder on him than I think the film says it should be. 52 offensive, 58.2 run block, 47.9 pass block. He was credited with a hold that was just complete nonsense. I'm not an Oregon fan, and while I like Harkey, I'm rooting for Harkey. I call it like I see it, folks. That wasn't a holding call. So this was a lower game, and he'll have to prove himself, and he's going to have a chance to prove himself against tougher competition. He's going to have a chance to show, like, more opportunities to show out the same way he does against some of the lesser teams. Makai Hughes did not get any carries, so I can't really do much for you there. Zane Durant, my knock on him in the summer was hide and seek, and now he's just hiding. To be fair, he had a 62.7 defensive grade, and he had a 74.2% tackling grade, and strangely, something I want to talk about with him, and when I get to Harold Perkins Jr. Zane Durant's coverage grade was 76.6. He's always been regarded as an undersized defensive lineman. Is he just a linebacker playing out of position? I genuinely wonder if that is the case. Is he really just a linebacker playing out of position? Because like he's doing a lot of good things in linebacker categories, and he has not been playing well as a defensive interior lineman. So something to consider as we continue looking on. Florida didn't play; they had a bye week. Caden Green did not play. He's been out a few weeks, so we'll see how he goes there. Chandler Rivers, he still has not allowed a touchdown. I must admit, I'm not loving the number of receptions he's allowing, but he is limiting yards. He's got guys down to 11.3, but they had 13 yards per catch this last time around. So it's kind of high and low for Rivers on a day. 59.8 defense grade, that's tough. 62.7 against the run, 78.7 with the tackle. He's still pretty good at affecting the pass rush, and that's worth noting. But his coverage grade really, now his coverage grade 59.3 wasn't good, but you got to remember they played Syracuse, and Syracuse, they might have like 3 first-round receivers playing for them right now. It's there's a lot. There's a lot of that. Now, I mean, if you're supposed to be one of the best corners in the league, you should do well against the best receivers in the league. I do have to note that. So a tough game against great receivers, and he has to answer that, and he'll have more opportunities. Looks like I'm going to finish up with Harold Perkins Jr. So he's been kind of struggling, and I think he struggles in coverage. So he had a 59.7 overall grade, 70.7 run defense grade. That's awesome. 70.4 tackling grade. He did have another missed tackle, but there's only 2 for the season. So he has continued to improve. Only a 54.1 pass rush grade. But that coverage grade is the one that's been consistently below average. I say it's 3 out of 5 below average games coverage wise. And on one hand, he's only been targeted 12 times, but he's allowed 11 receptions for nearly 134 yards. He needs to prove, if he wants to continue to excel and be the star I think he can be, he needs to show the answer is not just send him on coverage. He needs to show that. I don't know how big an issue that will be in the middle. In the NFL. But I can acknowledge that's a weakness in his game. For the season, he's at a 45.5 coverage grade. He needs to show that he can cover. And LSU, they lost their game. Ole Miss, A&M might be the SEC title game. Oklahoma. How quickly can Mateer get back, and how well can that quarterback play? So these are questions. He's gonna have more opportunities. Let me see a thing here. They got South Carolina. He'll have his opportunity there. That's in 2 weeks. They got Vanderbilt. They got A&M. They are playing. They got Alabama. They got Arkansas, Oklahoma. They are going through it. And so they're gonna kind of have to show out. That's it for my guys. We're gonna keep watching them. We got some really cool opportunities coming up, and I hope that we kind of take those opportunities as a channel. And so we're gonna update you on all of these college standouts who's really been impressing overall, not just from the guys we look at, but we're gonna keep doing that. We're continuing to try to reach out for some people. So we'll kind of see how that goes. And we'll keep trying to bring you some good content. So for now, please remember, give a like and subscribe. We hope you've enjoyed. God bless. Good night. We'll see you around.